Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. So, Mutahar has night terrors. Can you imagine what the night terrors are about? People finding out the truth. First of all, let's address this, apology that he made. He went the Carl Jobs route, and made an apology in an unrelated video, and only spoke about the engineer part of it. Right? Oh, that's rich. That is really rich. So he only talked about the engineer part. You didn't talk about all the other BS, right? You have night terrors. You can't sleep, boy, because you told so many lies and that pressure's just building up. It's just building up in his head. All this BS. Oh, this YouTube is not my real job. Absolutely it is. Oh, I'm an international filmmaker. I do this and that and whatever the hell he said. Why? Because he shot a YouTube video in one country and another? That makes you an international filmmaker? I'm talking smack here in the Philippines. I've done it in the U.S., in Malaysia, in other countries, Mexico. Does that make me an international podcaster? No, absolutely not. But that's what this guy would say if that's what he was doing, right? I'm just some guy talking smack on the internet, and so is he, right? The difference is that I didn't put myself as an authority on things about lying about my credentials, stolen valor about college degrees and all this crap. So yeah, it makes sense that this guy can't sleep because just the bulk of lies. Jesus Christ. I was going to go into the military, 'cause I know a little bit of French. But what else? Oh, I'm a real estate investor. I mostly just do real estate, and I'm a day trader with an 85% track record. And now he knows, right? This guy can't sleep because now he knows people are going into the background. Now he knows everybody's looking at every single thing he's ever said. Forget about fools like me that just, make short videos and, just talk about whatever. It's those YouTubers that make those long documentaries. They do all that research and they go through everything, right? And we're still waiting for the long video on this guy. And I'm sure there's going to be more than one. No wonder he's talking about retirement and backing off and all this stuff. Yeah, you should, because you're going to be embarrassed to hell pretty soon. Because there is no way in hell that you can tell this many lies, right? And not and leave that kind of trail, no matter what he's deleting now. Whoever's making this, documentary is already, cutting and pasting everything. But you can't tell that kind of BS over so many years and think that it's not going to come back to haunt you, right? And it's just the sheer amount. This guy is truly, truly delusional, right? He loses all his credibility. And his apology, he goes the Carl Jobs route, right? I'm going to stick it in an unrelated video for, a minute or two, whatever the hell, and not even talk about it. He didn't only talk about the engineering, right? He didn't talk about, oh, YouTube's not my real job, right? He didn't talk about the international filmmaker. He didn't talk about the 85% day trading. Why don't you show some proof, right? That's the reason you can't sleep. That's the reason you're having night terrors, because you have to prove this stuff. Nobody believes you, and he knows, right? He knows that nobody believes him. He knows that a lot of people just hate him watching now. And other people are just saying, what kind of BS is this guy going to tell? As a matter of fact, he's asking what we want to see. Hey, Mutahar, here's what we want to see. I would just make a daily lie video, right? Every video lie about something. You're so good at it, right? Just get another degree, right? Get another profession. Tell us what stocks you made thousands of dollars in the day afterwards without never show a portfolio of any kind. Right, that's the daily BS. But that it's hitting this guy hard, right? If he can't sleep, he already knows, right? He already knows the shame that he brought to his family. Because the one thing he had is like, I'm a famous YouTuber. Now he's an infamous YouTuber. An infamous YouTuber that can only bring shame to a doctor and a microbiologist. right? Can you imagine your doctor, microbiologist, you gave this guy everything. He acts like he has nothing, right? Remember he was talking about being broke and he only had this laptop and whatever. Dude, come on. Your dad's a doctor. You could have gotten whatever the hell you want. Your mom was a microbiologist. This guy didn't have to suffer for squat. Privileged up the butthole. And he's talking about here about the struggle. This guy would know struggle if it came over and slapped him dead in his ass. But now he can't sleep. Now the night terrors are about to come back, brother. Because all those lies, they have to be accounted for. And he knows. He knows all those YouTubers that are talking about him. That are just clipping stuff away. That have all these morsels that he has left all over the internet. Where they're going to check them. And they're going to require proof. 85% day trader? Oh, you better show some trades. You better show an account. You better show an account history with those kind of numbers. And professional traders couldn't show it. This dude's better than Warren Buffett. He's the Indian Warren Buffett. Canadian Indian Warren Buffett. He's better than anybody at an investment. Now he's a CEO. He's a real estate investor. He's, what else is he? He's almost going to go to the army. He speaks a little French. Didn't speak it when he was saying it, which is kind of weird, right? But I'm going to say I speak a language, right? Te hablo español ahorita, and then I can say, hey, I speak Spanish. Right? Why don't you just throw something in there? You just don't say, oh, I speak this language, and you say nothing. The pressure, Mutahar. We know it's the pressure. It's not that you're going to take it easy. It's that, smell that? Oh, yeah, that's the smell of fear. That's the smell of Canadian bacon that's about to be roasted, baby. Oh, yeah, everybody's going to go back in time. Look at all your BS. Look at all your lies. And little by little, slice here, slice there. They're going to start cutting you up. And you're going to make videos like nothing happened, like you're doing now. You're pretending that nothing happened. That's how delusional you are, right? This guy has college stolen valor, pretending that he has a degree, and then not a degree, then a dropout, then he's an engineer. Because why? I don't know. I don't know what other careers he's going to have. Investor, engineer, international filmmaker, because he had desire, he had commitment. Why don't you get a commitment of sleep? Here's an idea for you. Get a commitment of telling the truth. All right, humans, I got the flu. I got to go to sleep out here. I need some rest. I wish you the best from the Philippines, and I'm going to go traveling here in a couple of days. Maybe I'll make another one. I don't know. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.